it. Welcome to Michael Civil Consult. In this episode, we will explore the most important modify tools in AutoCAD. Those tools are Move, Copy, Rotate, and Scale. These tools are what make your sketches editable and flexible while you're designing with AutoCAD. Whether you're adjusting a floor plan, duplicating a beam, or rotating a mechanical part, you all need these tools to be able to work around your design while you're using AutoCAD. This is AutoCAD from Zero to Pro, and this is the episode 4 of the video series. So do well to like this video and subscribe to this channel so that you can move along. You can see we started from episode 1 and now here is episode 4. We still have a long way to go. You can decide to embark on the journey together with us so that you can gain your own mastery in AutoCAD. So now the first is to move drawing. So from your keyboard, type move through your keyboard. Yes. So enter. Then to ask you to select your object. So you select, after selecting the object, press enter. After highlighting and selecting, press enter. Then to ask you to select the base point. So you can see moved. So being able to move it, you understand? So you can also do that by highlighting, right clicking. Then after right clicking, then you click on move. So to ask you to select the base point. After selecting the base point, if you want to move it by specified distance, let's say 1000 mm, yes, you tap in through your keyboard, then you press enter. So moved. So that's how you can efficiently move objects while using AutoCAD. So next, after you've been able to move it, is to copy. Copy and move are close to each other. They are similar, but the only difference is while you're copying, the original object still remain, while you can even make series of duplicates with just one command. But with move, you can only move that single object, and as you're moving the position of the is only one that will be maintained as you're working with it. So to copy, tap copy through your keyboard. That's the first way you can achieve it. Enter. So when you press enter, to ask you to highlight or to select the object. So just highlight it like this, then press enter. Yes, selected. Then to ask you to select the base point. You can see this is the base point. Yes. So you see, paste here, paste here, paste here. You can paste this as much as possible, as much as you need. Yes, and if you like, you can still use it. You can still do that through dimension. Let's say I type 7,000. You see, to go to where 7,000 is, like that. So like this, if I type 3,000 to my keyboard, to place it there. So you can use it by typing the distance through which you want to move it, or by clicking on it directly on the point you want the object to be. So that is how you can actually move using your AutoCAD. So now, another one is to rotate. Yes, so let's say we want to rotate this now. What do we do? Yes, from your keyboard, you can still type rotate, enter. So after typing your rotate, enter, it will ask you to select your object, highlight, enter. Then after highlighting, then press enter. Then it will ask you to select your base point. So this is the base point. So you can see we can now rotate the selected object at any angle that we want. So, and you should not also forget that it is keeping it at a 90 or 0 degree because the auto mode is toggled on. So if you toggle off the auto mode, we can rotate it at any angle that we want. We can rotate it at any angle, you see. So that is how it is. So that's how it is. That's how you can actually rotate while using AutoCAD. Also, what if you want to scale? So to scale, and mind you, another way you can also achieve rotating your object on AutoCAD is by highlighting it, right-clicking on it. You right-click, then you look for rotate here. So you can see rotate. So to ask you to select your base point, just as it was in the other one. So after selecting your base point, you select any angle you want it. So you can see we've been able to achieve the rotate. So now is scaling. So scaling is when you reduce an object to the size that you desire. Maybe an object, a block is bigger than what you want in your design, and you actually want to you want to scale it to fit into the dimension you need in your current design. So how can you achieve that? Is by typing scale through your keyboard. Typing scale, then enter. So then you select object, then you press enter. Then after that, you have to select your base point. So as you're moving, the object will be adjusting. You can see. So if I want to expand it, yes. So let's say you have a place where you want it to fit into, you can actually do it like that. And alternatively, you can type in the distance. Let me toggle on my auto mode. Yes, so you can type in the scale. Let's say if I type 2, I'm simply telling the interface I want it to be multiplied by 2 in dimension. So you can see it. And also, if I want to reduce it, if I want to reduce it by 2, let's say I'm having a dimension of uh, 2000 and I want it to turn it to 1000. That's the scale of turning it to 0.5, dividing it by half. So now let me select this, yes, and highlight, enter, then writing 0.5, enter. So you see 0.5, enter. So you see I've been able to return it. If I still want to, another way is by highlighting, then clicking scale, yes, then let me type 0.5. Sorry, let's specify the base point first. And so now 0.5, then enter. You see that's how you change the scale of your drawing. But mind you, as you're changing the scale, the dimension of the design is also changing. You should bear that in mind that as you're changing the scale, the dimension is also being affected. So you should always know how to do that. You always have that at the back of your mind. Let's say if I highlight the whole of the drawing and I'm scaling it, that means if I'm scaling it by 0.5, those places where I have 3000, it will now be 1500. Those places where we have 2000, it will now be 1000. Those places where we have 10,000 will now be 5000. So all the dimensions will be divided by 2. And if I'm scaling it up maybe by 2, that means those places where we have 2000 will now be 4000, and so as the case may be. So if you have actually done anything and you don't like it, maybe it does not make sense, you messed up, what can you do? Just by simply pressing Ctrl Z, that is, you are undoing those things you have done. So the number of times you press Ctrl Z will determine the number of times the interface will take you back to the former processes you've gone through. So if let's say you've taken like 5 processes and you want to reverse it, it's by clicking your Ctrl Z, Ctrl down, then clicking your Z 5 times. Like that, you'll be back to those places and you can also take it. So uh, let me know in the comment section which modified tool did you find most useful. All of them are useful. All of them are useful. So and also don't forget while you're working on the AutoCAD, be mindful of whether your auto mode is toggled on or not, because that will affect the angles in your design. You know, most times if you're working with architectural design, most of the time the angles needs to be at 90 degrees. So it is most advisable that you keep the auto mode toggled on. But sometimes when you want to make some design, it will request that the angles may not necessarily be at 90 degrees, so you can toggle off the auto mode. But the point is you have to be sure of the angle so that your design will not look somehow. So this is episode 4 of the AutoCAD Zero to Pro, and this is Michael Civil Consult. And Michael, thank you for staying tuned to this point. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel so that we can bring valuable content like this, and which can be motivated. You too can learn to start your journey from an AutoCAD system. So always don't forget to save your work when you are as you're designing.